doesn't matter where I go.
Just give a shit when it suits you.
That's always waiting.
I thought you were back. We were back. But you ain't ever coming back. Try it all with me. Look at it! There won't be anything left except rage.
Hello guys, I'm Ps5, came back once again to start the video. Some Wolverine gameplay footage finally, a month out from release, finally comes out. Like, what was this stuff like? It is what it is. It is what it is. But as for the gameplay itself, this is what I've been waiting for. To give us clear, cut, concise gameplay, back-to-back interactions, slicing and dicing, turning people into hamburgers. Boy, when I was watching some of this footage, man, with the combos, he running knee, knock somebody's teeth out their mouth, then kick them into the harbor. This is what I've been waiting for, damn it. But I got that bloodlust, like watching Logan go ballistic in Logan when he just overdose on the healing serum, just he just go ballistic. That's what I've been waiting for. That's what I'm talking about. This is the gameplay stuff and the extra footage, more than 8 minutes, giving you a clear, concise understanding of how the gameplay works from moment to moment. It's what I've been waiting for. It seems like there are going to be different options in the skill tree system where you can customize and build your own Wolverine to your own see fit. Now, will this lead to like a Wolverine that can launch back to back and just launch from the hand to the hand member, or launch to the Reaper to Reaper member? Possibly. Could it just lead to a close range, quick kill and going ballistic Wolverine? Could be. Could be. It could go into when you put all the skill points to upgrading your Berserker Rage, and when you get that Berserker Rage, it lasts for what, a good 30 minutes. You just turning everything into hamburger. It could be. We don't know how in depth it is, but I heard like several people talk about the gameplay they had a chance to experience and the moments. And one of the things they mentioned was Wolverine itself was nothing special, on which, in a way, it can't be anything. He's not Spider-Man. He's not a gadget type person. But outside, like what, potentially adding a whistle, like throwing bodies or hiding bodies, and I'll think of an instant like he can make traps, but it's just like if he's going in a foreign territory behind the scenes, unless he's defending, how would the trap thing work? Would it be like a dead man switch? Would it be like throwing landmines or grenades? Or would it be able to walk up behind somebody and pull their grenade and just watch them blow up as they panic? Would it be able to throw rocks, or be able to better camouflage yourself into environments, you know, make like a makeshift ghillie suit, or just or covering yourself in mud? Could be. Would it happen? I would say not so much. But the gameplay, the raw gameplay I've seen, is what I've been talking about. It was never going to be open world. The motorcycle section is going to be what it always was. Just a section, just a scripted moment like it's Uncharted. It wouldn't make any sense for a Wolverine game to be open world, because rather you're going to have to make 5 different open worlds, which gonna be majority empty. Wolverine is not a complex character. He doesn't really, you know, work in that way. Or you can just do several hub worlds that take a place across the globe. And the hub world is obviously the approach they went through, especially with a linear type story type thing. So don't expect some next level Assassin's Creed type activity or Dishonored. That's not what they're going for here. But they are going. Hope they give enough to the stealth combat where it'd be like I could engage outright, or it could be reason why not to engage. Maybe there could be some turrets set up around. Maybe there can be, you know, some heat, some motion sensors or metal detractors or landmines, something that can switch up the stealth to make you think, to make you want to engage the targets differently, make you not want to just run in mindlessly and just go ballistic. Now you could if you got the skills and the skill tree to pay the bills. If you don't, then you're gonna be playing yourself full-hearted. It is what it is. But it's just. This is like the stuff I wanted to see. This is the complexity of the combat itself. It wasn't just some generic, you know, somebody's walking you through it, and it just made to show off how the gameplay plays. No, it's like some of the footage. These dudes are going ballistic with the drill call, berserker claw. Look what he's doing to the hamburger meat, hamburger. It would be interesting for like a quick like kill when a person get low health is to force a person to shoot themselves with their own gun. It's morbid, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Would it be a section in the game where your healing factor don't work? We never know. It could be. It could be. I would like it because you can really see how you don't have to be a long segment, but you'll force the player to engage with combat differently for a short period of time. Might not want to run to them landmines on them laser wires, or the prototype sentinels, or like the sentinel dogs or anything. It will force Wolverine to a difficult situation that think beyond just being a what some might call an animal. Like even Sabretooth has a brain. It's like a saber-tooth tiger with the intellect of a modern day man. Horrifying. Horrifying. But I've heard some people complain about the prototype Sentinel boss fight, in which, number one, that's not the full boss fight. We have it guaranteed that the Sentinel is going to break out of the building and potentially collapse the building. You've seen this other gameplay footage, so just an intro boss fight for phase 1. I don't really know what you guys are expecting. And they're saying with 30 years of improvement, from that logic, 30 years of improvement, we shouldn't be shooting with the same button. Shouldn't be switching weapons with the same buttons. Are we really going to act like gamers have gotten better when every single game current day plays the exact same? You know what the shooting buttons are. Like going from Call of Duty to classic Killzone was a massive difference. Switching to Fallout was a massive. There used to be several games in the past where the gameplay controls were different to fit that game, not to a mass consumer audience. So don't sit here and try to bring this stuff up now like you care about player controls or whether games play the same or not. Shut up. Shut up. It's just phase 1 of the boss fight. Phase 1. Jeez, man. Just like, you could be, like where were you, these complaints about them not showing gameplay a few months ago? Crickets. Fucking cockroach, man. I can't stand them. And I also been hyping up on this footage, Trash. I can't remember his first name. I can't remember. It's not Simon Trash, is it? I think it is. They've been hyping up Trash. In the prequel comic, they've been hyping up Trash. And Insomniac said he's the main villain. They're lying. I'll say this right now. Insomniac is lying. And how do I know they lying? You remember they pulled that same nonsense with Mr. Negative? Oh, Pebbles Farms remembers. Oh, Pebbles Farms remembers. They told me Mr. Negative was going to be the main villain. They told me Mr. Negative was going to be the main plot and it's going to revolve around him. What did we get? Audio Octavius. The only time where they actually delivered was on Miles Morales and Venom. And that was it. And the Venom plot they went for, that the new Donny Cates Venom lore, in my opinion, is trash. It made the symbiotes worse. It made them absolute garbage. Instead of being this interesting part of the cosmology of the symbiotes, they're not just this derivative of a god type character that no one knew existed until, of course, right this moment. Well, what has he done? Technically nothing much. He caused a whole event, which eventually was just taken over by Carnage, and now he's lost his position again to Hela, and it's just like this whole King in Black shit. How come everybody get it? Like this don't. Leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. Back to the main point. I don't think Trash is the main villain. Even not even going off of the leaks, just going off of the footage. I doubt it. It's going to be Mr. Sinister. Now, some might say, what could have caused the change in Mr. Sinister to go from a guy who started Team X to help mutants to be an anti-mutant or for its own benefit? Whatever caused Wolverine to leave the team. Because why would Simon Trash capture this guy? Now, sure, he's been working with Team X. He's been one of his biggest adversaries. But why capture this guy and put a mutant-like inhibitor around his neck? A mutant. So what could have happened in between when Wolverine's on the team to after Wolverine left, on which we don't know why. Which goes us to another big point with the cutscenes and everything you've seen in this game is not 100% accurate. The developers have already said that Wolverine himself is an unreliable narrator. So the things that we're seeing everything didn't happen one-to-one. We can only get the truth from people like Sabretooth, Mystique, Viper, Lady Deathstrike, and all these other guys. Because Wolverine himself and his memory loss is not a reliable liar. And remember how I said Walter Langdowski is going to be in this game? Well, there he was. Look at him. There's Walter. Now, as well as one or two things. They altered the leaks, and the leaks are no longer true, which is very well possible. I took that into the case with the last video where it is possible, but how much? Because we did see Sabretooth from this classic costume. The same one from the leaks. It just got that modern face and beard to him. Have the Team X Sabretooth suit growing on me a little bit, because seeing him tag team with Logan, look at him. Logan holds him up. Logan jumps off his back. That's it. Yeah. You got him calling run. We don't need you on this team, run. And Wolverine's like, I left the team for 5 minutes. Now he's getting captured. I don't know. A lot of things change. We know from the leaks there is a mission where you're tracking down Mystique. And this Logan himself is an unreliable narrator. It could be a purposeful choice. But the reason why they chose the shots for the trailer is to purposely not give off the later part of the game. No different from Spider-Man. We was all hyped up to potentially see, maybe Green Goblin broke everybody out from the Sinister Sticks. That is not what happened. It was Otto Octavius. Every moment with Otto Octavius, as far as I can remember, was not in the trailers or in the game. It wasn't. But he sure was in the game. So it's just, I fully believe by in this game, Mr. Nathaniel exits is not going to be a good guy.
But I know what you're building.
You want to call the shots? Kick Essex's ass! Take charge!
Because I'm supposed to believe, let's just take away any comic books comparison. Let's say it's a whole different adaptation and they're not going for the comic books. What would cause Mr. Sinister to help out mutants? And to form Team X and do all this extra stuff for mutants with seemingly no benefit. Now, some might say he could just be a nice guy. He could just be a nice, good old, wholesome man who just want to help people. Now remember, we have this specific shot of Wolverine in the tank top with his claws covered in blood. And every time we see this cabin thing, it's Wolverine, we've gotten confirmed by Caboose, going through his memories. It's called Nightmare Segments. Where you can do trial missions or replay missions or learn more about the Wolverine himself. All I'm saying is, alright, the man's going to be straight up evil. It is what it is. I could be called a bigot. It is what it is. Nathaniel X is guilty. He's guilty. He may have y'all fooled. Y'all can't fool me. With or without the leaks, I'm suspicious. Why give this man a mutant inhibited collar? Which one is confirmed that Trash has a mutant daughter, and two, if Nathaniel X is supposed to be a normal man, why does he has a mutant inhibitor collar? And why even kidnap this guy at all? And what takes Wolverine and Team X so long to raid Trash Industries? Which is confirmed what happens. Which is confirmed that happens was the prototype's hit. How do I feel about the mutants? I think what I've seen is better than what we've said. With the whole there's not being X-Men. There are mutants with names. So they're going more or less an X-Men Origins type routes where it's just the team hasn't formed. But a lot of the key members already exist in some way operating inside the world itself. Which makes sense. Makes sense. I do prefer that than just, well, there's no mutants and Wolverine and everybody gonna be the Foundation. No. If they're already existing and Jean Grey's already, like, they haven't given themselves a name, but they're already operating like an anti-trash, anti-mutant group, that makes sense. And they haven't just been given a name or official leader or the structure like Charles Xavier. That would make sense. I like that outcome. But I don't think Trash is the main villain. I think he dies I think he get replaced the same way Mr. Negative did in Spider-Man PS4. Oh, it's gonna be him. It is. I don't want to say it's because of the leaks and because of Nathaniel X's son. I'm sorry. There's no other way. There's no way they capture this man. It will make sense they capture him because he was experimenting himself on mutant DNA to try to save somebody. Alright? He's guilty. It is what it is. If I'm wrong, I am wrong. I Wolverine back into the fray, but how do you do that? Well, you just can't just bring him on in. You gotta lure him in with promises and convictions and bringing the whole team back together. Now, isn't it strange? We've caught Wolverine in this normal suit, but Sabretooth is in this Task X suit. Real strange, right? Real weird. And everything we've seen from the Insomniac release footage from Part 1 in the early chapters of the game. Don't you find that suspicious? And what role could later Deathstrike play? What beef would he have with Lady Deathstrike? And then, with the mission they're going into with Trash trying to get ethics back, Omega Red is there? So why track down Mystique? Why fight Sabretooth? Who's everybody's friends? Why? Why? So this has been my thoughts and opinions. Like I mentioned before, you know, I'm running out of storage space. These next 3 videos, I might put up the Gears of War Carmine video, I might not. Are going to be something like the final few. I'm going to have to spend some money on some space. Maybe get out 1 or 2 more videos, you know. Like I was saying to myself, there's always some type of damn crisis. It is what it is. I just hope for just at least, what, few days of some relative peace. But I don't know. Appointments. 3-week wait. Hope for the best. I don't know. I might end up having to make a game or animation, to be honest. Because I don't know. But the fireplace keep burning either way. But that's been my thoughts and opinions about the new Wolverine stuff. The gameplay, the ideas, and the plot. It could just be, with the leaks, we just got a very loose, rough, early layout. Without them going through the rewrites. Without them going through the things they need to do to make it a full, concise plot. And, you know, send it to the normal avenues. I'm still not a fan of games costing $70. If that's the case, then just make games with lesser graphics. They're on Steam all the time. Also, I put this at one last moment. Would supporting this game and buying physical copies make Sony be like, well, guys, the physical meter does matter? No, the only thing they would understand, if Wolverine is the last game you buy from Sony, hey, I can't blame you. 5-6 years, and it was been in development. So after this game, there should be no excuse. After this game, I don't want to hear no one talk about, well, please, 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 no. After this game, there should be a massive boycott against Sony. Because if people already been waiting for this game, and it's confirmed to have digital, and this game kind of existed before the whole Sony recent thing, after this point, they should need to be starting getting fired. As soon as they stockholders aren't getting their money, people's heads will start getting chopped up. They must be consequences and repercussions for what they've done. And begging doesn't mean anything. You should know that governments and corporations don't care about people begging. But when they start to starve, when they start to lose fat off their back, then people's heads start to roll the celestial dragons. So be a Mr. K, like, comment, subscribe, and peace. And remember, Sinister is guilty. No matter what they say about Nathaniel, it's not the truth. They're lying. They're lying. Wolverine's an unreliable narrator. Won't you remember the truth, Wolverine? Huh, Logan? Remember what really would cause you and Team X to split up? Huh? Because I would like to know. Why does you fight Omega Red while on Team X and outside of Team X? Well, he could just be Trash Watchdog, but he's not fighting at Trash Industries. Why is he hunting down Omega Red in Canada? Some other place? All I'm saying is, it's suspicious, man. It is suspicious. But hey, it all depends who you want to believe. M3K. Peace.